Last night, there was a debate in New York City. One wonders how much pressure Cuomo felt in this debate because he's down.
26, sorry.
He's down. I think Fox News just had a poll that showed amongst likely voters, Mamdani is up 52 to 23. I mean, like way out of reach. Registered voters, Mamdani is again ahead, I think, well into the 40s, and Cuomo dropped, and Mamdani picked up about 4 points, and Cuomo lost about 4 points. So even with Sliwa's votes, if for whatever reason Sliwa dropped out, but it's quite clear he's not going to. That dude was not going to miss the debates. Although, do we play that Charlemagne the God clip? Did you see that? He was on there saying that Eric Adams had been that he had been offered $10 million to drop out.
We didn't play that. No, but I saw that.
$10 million of Bill Ackman's daughter's inheritance money.
He said billionaires they promised like $10 million and a no-show job, and like a
dream job,
free car. And Sliwa was like, I'm not doing that. So he's like, Eric Adams got at least that. I think he was saying like he was, it was like The Price is Right. He was just shopping around. Yeah. And so I think Sliwa genuinely enjoys being up on that stage. And I think he probably does not like Cuomo. That's what it feels like a little bit to me.
No one does.
Did anybody pick up on that?
Anybody that's actually worked in the state of New York and has had to try to get something done basically hates Andrew Cuomo.
Even the people that gave him hundreds of thousands of dollars said, don't mistake that for enthusiasm. I just need to protect my ability to do business in case he wins.
Because that's how he operates, like a gangster. He really is Blue Trump.
I seem to remember there was a big birthday party for Andrew Cuomo on his 50th birthday, and his father didn't go. Anyways,
was he visiting a grad school friend's grave in Connecticut?
Yeah, exactly. Had to. Here is let's do clip number one. This is Mamdani answering the question of his age and his lack of executive experience, which, I mean, the age does not seem like a liability these days in this political environment. And I think, Donald Trump has won the presidency twice based upon his essentially having a marketing company. And to be clear, this is an important exchange because I think you're going to see a lot of candidates. There are a lot of challengers to Democrats, to incumbent Democrats, primary challenges, and I think you're going to see this a lot. Clip number one.
I think I was invoked.
Yes.
In other words, what the Assemblyman said is he has no experience. And this is not a job for someone who has no management experience to run 300,000 people, no financial experience to run $115 billion budget. He literally has never had a job. On his resume, it says he interned for his mother. This is not a job for a first-timer. Any day, you could have a hurricane, you have, God forbid, a 9/11, a health pandemic. If you don't know what you're doing, people could die.
Sir Mamdani, you want to respond?
And if we have a health pandemic, then why would New Yorkers turn back to the governor who sent seniors to their death in nursing homes? That's the kind of experience that's on offer here today. What I don't have in experience, I make up for in integrity. And what you don't have in integrity, you could never make up for in experience.
Yes. May I?
May I? And to be clear, those nursing homes that Andrew Cuomo sent those elderly to were of a big contributor to Andrew Cuomo. Mm-hmm. So, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, I give you a little business.
It's just managing things over here.
It's called managing. I'm literally pushing piles of money around on a board.
Pretty rich of him to call out somebody's parent as a resident.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was going to say that too.
I mean, so much there.
It was on your resume, buddy.
Cuomo. Where have I heard that name before?
What is an assemblyman? Is that a job? Like, I'm pretty sure that's a tough job.
It's not a business.
It's not a business. Yeah, right. And prior to that, maybe when he was interning for his mom, he was doing some of those rap videos where he was working on his skills because he has
social
bars
media.
for days. Every time I think he has like some sort of poetic zinger for Cuomo that he's like overused, he has another one in his back pocket. That one's perfect and exactly the case.
Here is Cuomo on. He's doubled. He's tried to sort of like he's playing catch up in terms of having never visited a mosque as an entire career as a governor in this state, which has a very sizable Muslim population in this state. Never mind in the city, but he has been attempting to sort of claim that Mamdani is a bad Muslim throughout this. But here's number 2.
Yeah, this is in the Israel-Gaza NYC section, which lasted over 10 minutes.
It was nearly 20. I was trying to count it. And
I was just judging based on the Chiron.
And this was at the beginning, like they got to affordability mostly in the second hour. And at least for me, I had to switch from cable to YouTube to watch that part because they started playing Law and Order instead. So glad they spent 20 minutes on foreign policy for the mayoral debate.
Well, while you are a strong supporter of Israel, you have also been slow to develop a relationship with the city's Muslim community. You have called Mr. Mamdani a terrorist sympathizer. How do you assure those New Yorkers, especially Muslims and Arabic New Yorkers, that you will be a mayor for all? You'll have 1 minute.
Yeah, well, first, I think the assemblyman created the perception himself. Why wouldn't he condemn Hamas? Why wouldn't he condemn Hassan Piker? Why did it take us here tonight
Hold on
for the
for
first
1
time?
second. Now, so if you are a voter in New York City, and you are not probably under the age of 35, and you are watching this on TV, and you're not a Mamdani supporter, you have no idea who Hassan Piker is. The only people who know who Hassan Piker is, who are tuning into this, are either the dude from the ADL or Mamdani fans.
Yeah.
It's like
staying in the race.
I mean, we talked about this. Like I've mentioned this before, but when Obama first ran in 2008, you had all the right wingers going like, he's Chicago style politics. And it's like, dude, that's a reference from 80 years ago. Nobody knows what you're talking about. But people get fixated on things. He waged that Hassan Piker as if it was like, this is the nuke. Here it comes. Will you condemn Hassan Piker?
Yeah. And by the way, Zohran does at some point, say he found Hassan's comments about America deserving 9/11 to be reprehensible. And it makes total sense that Zohran would distance himself from those comments as somebody running for mayor of New York City where 9/11 happened. Just want to be clear about that. I don't think Hassan
has too himself.
I doubt Hassan would even take that serious. Like, he knows, right? I mean, and the fact that this is where Cuomo has to go, where the question that was directed towards him after, by the way, there was a bunch of loaded questions towards Zohran about supposed anti-Semitism and globalize the Intifada. Then they turned to this. It's like this Islamophobia was the undercurrent here, although that never gets discussed. In the 21st century in this country, one of the most pervasive and impactful forms of bigotry has been the hatred of Muslim people and Islamophobia in this country. It has resulted in the rollback of civil liberties and rights for all of us, in part of why we're seeing the surveillance state, the ICE contracts with Palantir. That is the result of the Patriot Act and the subsequent destruction of our civil liberties that they first used in mosques. And so why this is a relevant question, and it should be infinitely more important than the smears that are thrown at Zohran for, God forbid, being a Muslim person who stands for human rights, is the fact that Cuomo was such a racist and was so willing to participate in that very system that led us to this moment that he only visited the mosque when he was forced to. That is why that's relevant in my view.
And I would, it's to the point that Emma's making. Was it Reign of Terror, that Spencer Ackerman book? What was his last book?
Yeah.
That book was very much about how...
Reign of Terror.
How the things that were implemented at that time brought us this era. Donald Trump and all of it. Go ahead.
Him to say it. He still won't denounce globalize the intifada, which means kill all Jews. Just say, I denounce it. He won't do it. That's the issue. And his divisiveness
Cuomo, can you address the question
is
that we're putting
chronic.
to you? I think you've made the point, but can you please answer about your...
Oh, yeah, he forgot he was asked about failing to represent Muslims in New York. He completely
And he
didn't
just
even
went on. Wait a
register it.
second. Did you say Muslim? Oh, wait,
Yeah.
let me go with my Islamophobic strip.
Yes.
Oh, darn it.
And no one's paying attention to this. Like, I mean, no one's paying attention to this part, which is another piece of evidence that I'm talking
All
about
right.
here, whereas Islamophobia is so pervasive, it's a part of almost every element of our political discourse.
Can you address the question
is
that we're putting to
chronic.
you? I think you've made the point, but can you please answer about your own relationship with the Muslim community? You did not visit mosques for many years. More recently, you have been.
I don't think in any way the assemblyman is representative of the Muslim community, which is a vital community in New York City, and I am very fond of, and I've been working with. I think he's playing his own politics. Many of his positions don't even follow the Muslim faith, so I see them as two totally separate things.
Mr. Mamdani, you want to respond?
It took Andrew Cuomo being beaten by a Muslim candidate in the Democratic primary for him to set foot in a mosque. He had more than 10 years, and he couldn't name a single mosque at the last debate we had that he visited. And what Muslims want in this city is what every community wants and deserves. They want equality and they want respect. And it took me to get you to even see those Muslims as part of this city. And that, frankly, is something that is shameful and is why so many New Yorkers have lost faith in this politics.
Yeah, except that is totally false. I worked with the Muslim community for many years.
Name a single mosque you went to when you were the governor. Can you name a single mosque you went to in 10 years?
Before you were ever here. They were
Before I was here.
Before you were even in state government. I worked with the Muslim community.
Yeah.
Imams presided over State of the States. We worked in religious working groups, tolerance
visit a
groups,
mosque.
anti-Semitic groups, etc.
All right, gentlemen.
There you go. Pretty disgusting.
Yep.
That line is not getting any coverage. Speaking exactly what I'm saying. Can you imagine if Zohran was debating a Jewish candidate and said, "You're not really a Jew"? Can you imagine what the headlines would be coming out of that? You're not like a good Jew. You don't practice Judaism the right way. Can
This
you
is a Donald Trump
imagine?
line. It's a Donald Trump line, right? I mean, Donald Trump was up there like, a lot of these Jews are bad because they don't support Israel. I mean, that was his big line,
Is
a couple
Kamala
years ago.
Indian or is she black? The way that he repeatedly misspeaks when speaking about Zohran, he's been running against him now in 2 different elections, the primary where he lost and the general where he's going to lose again. And the
You couldn't even say the whole thing.
I'm getting fired up, but I'm messing up again. Please don't. It's my fault if something bad happens. But I lost track of what I was saying.
The heat is on them when they do this.
Shoot, I literally got so scared. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
I did see a Fox News headline that said Mamdani's chance plummet after bruising debate, and then it said 90% to 88% were his chances of victory. That was the big bruise he took.
Oh yeah.
Wait, they went from 90 to 88?
Yeah, and they called it a bruising debate.
Wow.
Prediction market.
All right, we got... here's Mamdani talking about his free bus plan, and well answered, because what it really does is it points to Cuomo's corruption and willingness to kowtow to billionaires and millionaires.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Sheldon. Sally?
Thank you, David. Let's talk about free buses. Mr. Mamdani, this is a centerpiece of your campaign. Can you explain how you will make buses free? You have 30 seconds to answer.
Absolutely. We will make buses free by replacing the revenue that the MTA currently gets from buses. This is revenue that's around $700 million or so. That's less money than Andrew Cuomo gave to Elon Musk in $959 million in tax credits when he was the governor. And the reason that we will do so is that making buses free doesn't just provide economic relief, but also public safety, because what we've seen is that it decreases assaults on bus drivers by 38.9%. New Yorkers deserve more than the slowest buses in the country. I know that because I was on the M57 not too long ago, and its average speed is 4.9 miles an hour.
We're at time, though, but the question is how you'll make them free.
We will fund the revenue that would have otherwise been brought in from fares, and that's something that we would do in partnership with Albany, and I've put forward two proposals. The first is to raise taxes on the top 1% of New Yorkers by 2%. That would raise $4 billion. The second is to raise the state's top corporate tax rate to match that of New Jersey, which would raise $5 billion.
We're going to move along, but I just want to point out to viewers that Governor Hochul has opposed raising the income tax. But Melissa, we'll move on to your question.
Not if he wins by 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what else Governor Hochul opposed was the congestion pricing.
Oh, yeah.
I think she opposed it twice. Before it actually got implemented, and then after it was about to be implemented, and then reversed herself again. Not exactly the most adept at some of these things.
Governor Hochul just...
I have a video of a Hochul actually. This is what happens when you go against our policies: is you end up riding the bus and pitching them. Here's Hochul.
Right around 10 a.m., Governor Hochul rode the bus for a few stops in a show of support of the tolling program.
Yeah, so there you go.
There you go.
Well, I mean, she's a politician, and this is where I don't. It's willingly misleading to the audience for these anchors not to point out that she has a primary challenge, which makes her positions on this extremely flexible and susceptible to pressure. Yeah, right. Well, she won this last one, but by less.
Right, yeah.
It was unconvincing.
But she's there because Cuomo had to leave and she stepped in.
Yeah.
One more. Let's hear from Cuomo. He learned some lessons. And, you know, it's very easy for us to sit here and mock a man who has been so dedicated to public service, including defending Bibi Netanyahu from the International Criminal Court, doing that type of pro bono defense. Well, I'm sorry, it's not pro bono, but doing that type of defense work for even the most vicious of criminals. He doesn't get credit for that. He doesn't talk about it that much, but Cuomo's learned some lessons from the primary. Can you guess what they might be?
Back up. What lesson did you learn, and what do you feel it said about you, something you did wrong, something that you need to change about yourself?
I did nothing wrong.
I think in the primary campaign, I did not do enough on social media, which is a very effective medium now. I think the Assemblyman did do a better job on TikTok and social media than I did during the campaign, and that has changed now. I've also
now you're crushing on TikTok.
Increased my activity significantly, but
wait, we got to go back and just rewind that because first off, I've increased my activity. Like,
I'm not burning 1,200 calories a day.
I didn't really try very hard in the primary because I thought that I was just going to get it, and I have definitely increased how much I'm trying now because of all the money I got from the billionaires and billionaires who were like, try harder.
Yeah.
You could infinitely try harder and that number would still be zero.
This seems like somebody who's really taken a look in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
This is emblematic.
I examined myself and found that my TikTok engagement is too low.
These type of elite upper income Democrats are going to be in a world of hurt if they think all Zohran is doing is being flashy on social media. It is the content of what he is doing in those videos that is connecting with people, not his smile and charisma.
Well, but what about the cuts? What about the type of cuts?
The fits are great, yeah.
The cuts are really good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the edits are great, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
correction.
about. Right. Go back. I want to hear him say activity again.
Medium now. I think the Assemblyman did do a better job on TikTok and social media than I did during the campaign. And that has changed now.
Yeah, sure.
I've also increased my activity significantly. But my agenda is exactly the same.
Oh, good.
I am the Democrat, although I'm not on the Democratic line. He is a Democratic socialist, called Barack Obama evil and a liar. Didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Fight and deliver is.
Can you pause it?
Yeah,
okay, because he did
Harris.
this lie. This is later on when they've already debunked this. Righteously, Zohran Mamdani advocated for the uncommitted movement in the primary. He was telling people to leave the ballot blank. And I guess this might have spilled over into Harris becoming the de facto nominee or whatever. I forget exactly what the timeline was of what Zohran was saying, but he clarified this earlier. He did not say don't vote for Kamala Harris in the general election. He was advocating for uncommitted because of the genocide, which he references.
I've increased my activity, though.
I've had 2 more meetings in the Hamptons.
Yes.
I've been to the
this month than I
Hamptons
did
every weekend.
Yeah,
every
hopefully this-
weekend during the general election. Whereas last time, during the primary, I went only twice a month, maybe 3 times a month, and during the week. That was it.
He is a
It was summer. It was summer. What am I supposed to do?
My agenda is exactly the same. I am the Democrat, although I'm not on the Democratic line.
Although I'm not the Democrat.
He is a Democratic socialist, called Barack Obama evil and a liar. Didn't vote for Kamala Harris. Fight and deliver is I will fight for people, I will fight the bureaucracy, and I will deliver results. New Yorkers need the mayor to get something done. This is all words and theories. I am a manager who can
This is
actually
a question
get things
about
done.
self-reflection. Is this
This is a question about self-reflection. You still haven't answered it.
I'm a manager. I'm the boss.
I'm black. I'm a woman. I'm all of it. Didn't you remember?
I am Democrat.
I am TikToker. I am Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
I am
It's a little hard for him to make the case that
cinematographer.
Zohran's not a Democrat when the D is going to be next to his name on the ballot.
Yeah, and the Democrats are sort of decided that he's the guy that they want to be represented by.
Yes, and really briefly, like, who gets to decide who's a Democrat? I actually think that this is a very instructive way to look at his politics too, where there's no self-reflection about ideology, about what he was offering for people. It's just a question of tactics. This is something that many corporate centrist Democrats are echoing on the national level right now, where there's no introspection about what they have not offered to people. And it's about more like manipulation of the masses into avoiding the conversation about taxing the rich in a very meaningful way and giving more resources to the 99%.
And part of it is like he's trying to win by arguing that I'm more of a technocrat and I have this sort of experience in actually getting things done. But people did not perceive him as governor that way. They saw him as a bully, and in many respects, and this is a tribute to Cynthia Nixon, they saw his relationship with the IDC, which was a wayward caucus of Democrats who voted always with the Republicans that was midwifed by Andrew Cuomo. And it took Cynthia Nixon's election for people to hear about it. Essentially, I mean, we talked about it, but for the general public to hear about it and become informed about it, and he set up a system where nothing that was in any way progressive or, in fact, like challenging to the status quo in any way, or even imaginative or innovative, would get to his desk to sign. That was what the function of the IDC was. so that he didn't have any fingerprints on having to stop any type of like real progress in helping people. You know, he would be okay with like a tax cut, property tax cut in Westchester, or making monies that were paid to local property taxes that were earmarked to the state, sort of like stay in rich areas. But when it came to actually like helping average people, he had the IDC there basically running cover. Like, what can I do? I'm the governor. I can't make things appear on my desk. But he certainly could make things not appear on his desk. And so he didn't have that. He doesn't, after 10 years as governor, he doesn't have that reputation with most New Yorkers as just like a technocratic, forget all the other stuff. You can trust me.
And that's the disdain for voters. Someone wrote in just saying NYC, the Uganda of America, said even the way Cuomo said TikTok demonstrated his disdain for everything. Like his disdain for the voters comes out in that too. Like you don't. He was giving favors to those Democrats in the IDC basically to caucus with the Republicans, even though the voters that were electing them thought they were voting for the Democrat down ballot, but don't have the familiarity with like a state rep or state senator, right, that they would on a national level. So Cuomo was exploiting that in order to maintain an exploitative political system and keep himself in power and give giveaways to his friends. And the stuff about like, Mamdani not really being a Democrat, the voters think he is. He is then. Do you like this is the problem with the party running on democracy in this last election. There are major figures within the party that do not believe in democracy. They don't believe in what the voters say and what they have articulated. By double digits, Zohran beat you. Even his candidacy in this current race is reflective of a hostility to democracy.
Yep.
And that's a major problem in an era of fascism.
And it's been a long-term problem in the Democratic Party. Joe Lieberman is another prime example of that. And the failure of the Democratic leadership in that race to get behind the Democratic candidate is echoes, where's Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries? Are you kidding me? Yeah. We have that clip of Sliwa saying like, oh, he gets his hands on everything. And then he brings up the lawsuits, the women. I mean, good for Sliwa going in.
Sliwa was a dog. He was going after Cuomo all night.
That was fun. I quite enjoyed that. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.